going back to all box. Sometimes clipping on the output might be that the master's totally too high. Okay, the master seems to be okay. So we can also choose cabinets. Cabinets are statically set up right now inside the script, though they should be a little more dynamic. With user cabs, you can get them from the device by saying load user cabs, and we'll populate them. I don't have much here, just a couple red box cabs. Factory cabs are color-coded for their size, mainly like 4x12, 2x12s, blah, 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 blah. Ones. So the script is set up with different pages for different blocks inside the fractal. And where there are 2 block instances, there's a block selector instance, so you can more or less edit everything without having to have multiple pages for block 1, block 2. So there's cabs and the rotary device, compressor and driver. Compressor's off, turn the compressor on. Driver. Clean. Kick. Wah-wah. I think I have the control mapped to a pedal, so this control is ineffectual right now. Phaser and flanger, chorus, and a panner. The chorus is turned off. Did I turn on something wobbly? The wah-wah's on. And the chorus is on. Turn the chorus off. Multi-delay. Pitch shifter and looper. The looper's pretty cool in this thing, but it's not set up. And then there's a second page of effects. So for volume and EQ, tone match and crossover, multi-band compressor and gate, resonator and formant, the enhancer and vocoder, quad channel, quad chorus, and ring, synthesizer. Synthesizer's kind of cool. There's a YouTube video on that. You can look that one up. I don't know what, I guess feedback effects. So basically you can feedback and extend your chains. Output controls for different things like LFOs and gates and global features. ADSRs and stuff like that. Those are used by the modifiers. Now I did have one of the modifiers set up for something, and I forget exactly what. There was something inside the amp model, I forget, but that'll be for a different time. Maybe it was bypassing through. There was one of these that, I had more or less set it up just as a static test, but there's a modifier page here that allows you to more or less do the same thing as the Axe Edit. Anyways, that's just a quick overview of the AxeForFractal or AxeForLemur script written by Dave Sorling, supported by me, for Lemur, running on iPad, Android, running over MIDI or over Wi-Fi through a daemon from your PC using a USB connection, but a wireless connection from your phone or whatever. It runs on an iPad. It's set up for an iPad resolution. It could run on an iOS phone, but the screen resolutions would have to be changed. There's scroll bars, and you'd only get about this much on your screen at one time. And hitting the scroll bars most of the time it hits other effects and things like that you don't want to have touched. So that's a bit of a hassle to run it on a phone. It's easier on a pad, but then again, you're going to need to have a camera connector kit and a USB MIDI connector in order to get it to your fractal unit. It runs slower over MIDI. Right now over Wi-Fi and USB it's kind of instantaneous. Like in this amp page, there's the primary effects, and then there's these secondary pages, and you'll see these pages on most of the other pages, kind of like the Axe Edit. So, you know, these are settings for the amp, settings for the graphic equalizer, settings for the preamp. And you see that there's a refresh time after drawing these controls on the screen. That refresh is a lot slower when using a MIDI cable, and that would be the same for any kind of app. You can notice that inside the Axe Edit as well. So speakers, Dynamics 1 and Dynamics 2. So all of these sliders are live. The AxeForLemur script doesn't save any settings, so it doesn't actually compile data and change it. What it does is it just affects parameters on the Axe, and so the Axe still is the master. And if you wanted to save your preset, you could say I think there's a right button here. Edit name, save preset. Yeah, there's a save preset. I don't want to save this preset because I've messed it up too much. But let's say I left this one. I went to a different one and go back to 5. Let's say there's our high power, no, class 15. We make some gross change, like go to the amp page and say make it quiet. And so then we can save the preset. It says overwrite the preset. Overwrite it. And it says, are you sure? Yes. Okay, so it saved it. So and that's still quiet. And if we go back to the amp page, yes, it's the master's low. Turn up the master and then reload this. It's still low. Go back here. Let's restore my preset to where, or let's change it. Save it again. Save preset. Overwrite it. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, so now that master's high. Go back here. High watt. Layout, whatever. Amp. So that's a high watt version. So then that one, yes. And the master's high again. So you can use this as a front panel for your device. You can take it into your jams and stuff like that. With a MIDI cable and a phone, camera connection kit adapter, usually you get about 4 to 5 hours of charge out of a normal iPad. I'm using an iPad Air 1.4 and running this on iOS 7. Lemur is a pretty good app. It costs you $30. You can run this script. You can use it to control lots of synths and other things like that. It's kind of like one of those German Electrobeat devices. Bjork uses this firmware and stuff like that. Anyways, that was the introduction. I hope you like it. You can get the script for free from somewhere, from the Axe Effects forum. I hope to put it on the Line forum soon. Anyways, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.